I thought so. I know a little bit more than I think I know. That's crazy.
Burn Live, y'all. Marijuanically keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off of social media. Definitely killing myself for your entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family. Starting a cannabisation. Welcome to another Burn Live show, y'all. Or Cannabis Conservative, wherever y'all watching me. You know what? I got to remember that too. That I don't have just Burn Live because Burn Live is the podcast where I first started at. Right, I first started at Burn Live, but I had also made another podcast called Cannabis Conservative because yes, even though I smoke weed, I'm still a conservative. And what we mean by conservative for people that don't understand is we for one, we have Christian values, but we value the dollar and how it is spent in America. We want less government. We want more school choices. We rather have less government in our businesses and stuff like that. People like to look at conservatives as just these people who almost like an Amish person. If anybody ever heard of an Amish person or know an Amish person, Amish people are one of the most conservative people because they don't live outside of their budget. Most conservative can say that, hey, I make $42,000 a year, but yet again, I don't spend outside my means. If my cable bill is $20, I'm gonna leave it at $20. I don't care how slow my internet is. You know us, we pay $20 for some internet, and it's slow. We gonna have an issue. We gonna call the company like, hey, can we can we get a faster internet here? You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But you know what I'm saying? That's some of us do live outside our means. Most conservative people try their best not to live outside their means. And that's my intro.
Wow.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good, good.
I'm straight.
I hope you ain't got. I hope all your answers not one word. Man, what do you think about Trump? Him. Man, what do you think about that baby? It.
No.
So controversial. Well, today, y'all, we're gonna get into some little Cassidy story. I had that. You know that video I showed you early on TikTok? I cannot find that video. I can't find a video. But look,
Wait a minute.
I I
And you
knew I
didn't
should have
finish
just
it, did you?
I knew I should have just clicked on it, and at least it would have been in the history. I knew I should have did that. But y'all, we're gonna be talking about this Cassidy case. I'm gonna bring up our girl. Ah, yeah, I forgot she already up here somewhere. I'm tripping. Ah, 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 ah. Bring up our girl.
Yes, because she breaks it down.
Okay. So we got testimony, FaceTiming, celebrity affair, courtroom. You know what? Bump that. I'm starting right there. Courtroom threat. You cannot be in the courtroom threatening people, bro. Stop
I
playing.
know he didn't. I know this fool ain't go that far as to threaten somebody in the courtroom.
Mm.
Bro, I heard he was
He
threatening. I heard he was
threatened-
threatening his lawyers.
How about I say, was he threatening 50?
I heard he was threatening his lawyers. I heard he was very loud and vulgar and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
got a little crazy. No more hand
Um,
hearts, huh? The other
oh,
day
girl,
he
you
was
know you
throwing
see
up
me over here
hand
in this.
hearts.
You know you see me over here in this jumpsuit. Girl, wave at me.
Look, thought his magic was still working.
Stop, boy. That baby oil done been drained out of this system.
Mm-mm. And then they saying that she said the baby oil didn't have no drugs in
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. She said they didn't do the baby oil. I
Mm.
remember that. I remember that. Let's go see what's up with this courtroom threats.
Questions. She admitted that he had berated her and called her certain names when they were around other people. And she ended up talking to a producer while they were at this party. He berated her with these names. When they left and they got to the car, she punched him in the face as hard as she could because he had, said all this stuff about her in front of people. And then after that, he stomped her out. So that's the only instance that we know of that they've presented. They haven't really presented more than that. But they actually presented evidence.
I got wax in here, so that's why I'm coughing extra hard, y'all. This ain't no. But before we go further, we never figured this out.
Right.
I need you to look up if Freak Off copywritten by P. Diddy. I need to know
Well,
this.
I don't think it is. I don't
Can
think it is.
somebody look that up for me? Can somebody tell me is Freak Off copywritten by P? Because if it's not, then yet again, we got a long way to show that he's doing any type of racketeering. If that word is copywritten, if copywritten by P. Diddy, now we getting somewhere. Oh yes, today's episode is brought to you today by Puff Puff Pass. Uh, Puff the Magic Dragon. Okay, I can't believe Puff the Magic Dragon is not about what y'all think it is about.
Mm.
Yeah, I just seen it going to work today. I was like, what? It's not about marijuana? No, it's not. It's about way worse of drugs than marijuana. That's
Okay, it
crazy.
says no, the phrase freak off is not copyrighted. Copyright law generally does not protect short phrases, slogans, or titles.
So that almost mean that Taco Tuesday they lied to us when they was trying to say, oh, LeBron James just got copyright of Taco Tuesday, so that probably was a lie.
And it says the phrase gained prominence in the context of the Sean Diddy Combs case related to allegations of sex trafficking and abuse.
So basically, freak off is only a 2-year-old word.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase itself is not subject to copyright protection, regardless of its association with the case. So nobody can't copyright that.
Dang. You can't copyright, but that don't mean you can't sell it.
Mm-hmm. Because we got them freak off shirts.
Man, I think you need to put that in the shop. Oh yeah, your shop finna be filled. Let's get into this.
Of Cassie's violent nature. The defense presented an audio recording. Yes, it was Cassie's voice on this audio recording, and they played it for the court. And in it, Cassie was threatening a guy, I believe his name is Sujit or something like that. And he essentially, when Cassie was doing a club appearance in 2018 in Atlantic City, this guy just came out of the blue, came up to her and said that I've seen your freak off tape. And she was just like she couldn't believe it. She was in shock about it. So she let Diddy know. This is what she says. She let Diddy know about it, and that he said that he would deal with it. And so then she went and questioned the guy some more, and she recorded the conversation. I'm believing, I don't know who recorded, either her or the guy. I'm thinking maybe her, who knows. But either way, she in it, she's threatening to kill him, saying like, how do you know about this? And I'm not the one that's going to actually kill you. I'll get other people to do it. And she's just going on and on. It was like a quick thing she said.
That's so fun. Coolest plugin I ever used. Arcade.
But she drove the point home about how she was going to have him killed. She wants him dead or whatever. And she explained it away that she was just really upset that this tape was out there. Now, they believe, or she believes, that tape that guy had, it wasn't something that Diddy had given the guy, but Jonathan Odie. So Jonathan Odie, a very infamous male escort at this point.
All right. Definitely need to write that name down. I think we definitely, if we're going to be covering this case for these 10, 11 weeks, are we going to be covering this for 10, 11 weeks?
It's possible we could.
Okay, so if we're going to be covering, we're definitely going to have to start writing these names down, because they're going to be important to make sure that we verify who is who and what is what and where they come from, especially from the industry, the music industry versus the sex industry.
Hold on. Okay, so what was that name again?
Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that. Rewind.
That tape that guy had, it wasn't something that Diddy had given the guy, but Jonathan Odie. So Jonathan Odie, a very infamous male escort at the.
And I think that's why I want to write him down, because he's infamous. Like
male escort is crazy work.
Odie.
Bro, you got to be in shape. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to dance. You know, you got to have rhythm, be in shape. You got to have an open schedule, be able to travel, especially where at his status, this guy's status, because this guy's status is known. So that means when I need a private party done and I need that special, you know what I'm saying? I need no slacking. He's called. He's what you would call an A-lister. So yeah, I need not to know about him, but
that's crazy. Like when you think about escort, you think about women doing little favors, but a man doing it is kind of like, okay, I never heard of a man selling his body like that.
For real?
Who you think started?
A gigolo with a lot of hoes.
But yet again, who you think would have started it first? Who pleasure would have thought want to be fantasized first, a male or a female?
In our aspect, it would have been a male.
Okay. Yet again, I'm with you on the male. You think that it was a female pleasure, or you think he was doing something secretive first?
Secretive for real.
I then, when I think secretive, I don't think that he was sneaking a female around. Back, even we can go all the way back. You know what I'm saying? We can start going back to any ancient time. It was easy to sneak a female around up and around town. You see what I'm saying? All we had to do is put her, dress her up, dress her down, and cover her face. How you think you finna cover up a man through walking through town that's finna come up here to the castle and get spent and bent by the king?
Right.
Okay then. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even know where to go next on that conversation because it's just like I think like yeah, when it comes to them males, it's more
Only reason why I wouldn't go that deep
it's
into it because I'm like I wouldn't even want to think that far into it. Like I don't go that way, so I'm like I don't want to think that far into it. Like
I'm only go as far as that's the case go. I guess me
yep,
personally.
I'm with you.
Okay.
This point, who back in 2008 when he was arrested for shooting up Trump Tower, he comes.
I just want to say this for my YouTube and my Facebook people.
Hold on.
And y'all wonder why he was racist. Probably because you're shooting up his building.
Mm.
Wait a minute. Did Puffy shoot up the building?
Only time I ever heard Puppy with a gun is the J-Lo case.
So
Hold on,
then,
no,
wait, who
no,
shot up
no,
that building?
no.
Jonathan?
Him and Black Rob. You know him and Black Rob got into it. And it was a fight.
That was at the
Sean,
college. That was at the
uh,
college, right? When they did the shooting at the
I
college?
I don't know. I didn't never know about it. I just remember certain names and like, yeah,
Yeah, I think
man.
that one was when they was at the college. The other one was at the club.
All right, I'm gonna play through this. I'm sorry, that was too funny.
Who back in 2008 when he was arrested for shooting up Trump Tower,
2008. Who was popular? What was popping?
Oh eight,
2008.
oh eight.
Bro, I was only like 4 or 5 years out of high school. Oh one.
Yeah, I ain't even listen to music when I was in 2008 for real.
Yeah, that's 7 years. That was 7 years after I got out of high school. Who was popping? The
Dang,
Hot
oh eight.
Boys, Hot Boys, No Limit,
I think. Yeah.
MTV, Real World. No, Real World was when I was in high school.
Chris Brown. Who else? What's the
Yeah, I
what's
was in elementary.
Omar
At
on and
L8.
The Migos.
Hmm?
Migos
What
was coming
was
pop.
mumble? Yeah, that's
No,
when mumble
Migos was
rap had
2010. Migos 2010.
yet again.
Mm.
Yet again, before Amigos popped out, they was doing features on other people's stuff. Yet again, so I'm
Oh,
saying this is the beginning of mumble rapping. 2010. So you still got to you always got to go back the year before the actual date that that person came out. So if they dropped in 2010 and blew up, they did something in 2009 and 2008. So you can might as well say 2008 was like the beginning of mumble rap.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, Jeezy, T.I. That was that Live Your Life. Swagger Like Us, Jay Z, Snoop Dogg, Sensual Seduction, Soldier Boy, Kiss Me Through the Phone,
oh
Boy,
yeah.
stop. Yeah, beginning
Usher,
of mumble rap.
Love in the Club,
Please just say, hold on, Future. Was any Future songs out?
T-Pain,
No,
Robin,
Future was like 2010, 11.
10, 11?
Big Boy, Flow Rider was still out then. Dang.
Yeah, Flow.
Oh yeah, Low.
I would say Flow Rider stayed in
Shorty
pop song.
Low, Q-Tip,
Shorty
Nelly,
Low. Ah, this is trap music era.
Kanye, See You in My Nightmares,
Yeah, okay, so trap music.
Webby, Nas,
Hold on, stop. Webby.
Yes, hero.
Now,
No, independent.
okay, so he
Ludacris,
so they gave him the one hit wonder. Wow. Okay.
3 6 Mafia, Kid Cudi,
So
Wiz
yeah, this
Khalifa. Dang, I almost forgot about Wiz Khalifa. Where the heck has he been? What the?
music. He's in the marijuana industry.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Future
he's
wasn't out then.
so this is trap music.
I don't see no Future. Plies, Busted Baby.
Oh yeah, so this is trap music. This is when it was cool to be gangster in the streets.
Uh,
Even if
Like
you wasn't.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think
mhm.
this is I think I had my black card around this time.
Yeah,
Trap
that was
music.
shit about they
Why
know.
you keep
They
saying that?
know.
Like, what do that mean?
No,
They
no.
know.
Black card. Black card is a reference meaning that you have black culture or white culture. And if you get your black card taken away, that means you trying to be. I'm not trying to be black. I'm trying to be white. That's what people say.
Oh,
And
so somebody put the L label on you. No,
yeah,
not
yeah,
what
you're
you
a
think of.
whole time. You'll sell out. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And if you would have caught the episode yesterday, doing a live, somebody said that I'm trying to be white. So I, I'm trying to take the melanin up out of my skin. That's why, see Marie. That's why I sent you that video. I know you didn't watch it
I
cause you
did about us being green. Yeah, yes, I did. I listen, listen. You send me a video, I'm gonna watch it.
hey,
I think it's kind of true because I'm looking at my and I'm like,
hey. But yet again, only I bring up those videos not
it's
to
kind
say
of
that
scary.
not to say, and this is not to say that he's right or wrong, but everything that you were saying and how you said it, that video contradicts what you said about all that melatonin. Because if you didn't drink water, you wouldn't be black.
Now let me say this because that was a creepy kind of video, and I'm like, but when you look at your, and I don't care what how if you light skin, dark skin, if you look at your skin and you look and you see your veins, they are green looking.
Hmm.
So I'm like, well, wait a minute. Are we really green?
I wanna oppose for this. If we believe that Adam and Eve was the first people on Earth, that means everybody came from that same lineage from the beginning of time, and everybody is a multiply of something. But because you look like something, you think you're only black or you're only white. But whole time, there's all black in us, whether you're white or black, type of thing.
The
And
thing,
that was
my
what was said yesterday.
my debate to that off that other video that I sent her would be that the fact that we're not black, we're not brown. You know what I'm saying? That's just that racial divide. We're technically green. It's just we so I want to say diluted, but I'm not sure if that's the right word to use. But I think that is because the whole cover up is that the fact that we drink water, but our
Mm,
body is 97% of water. But yet again, what gives us our nutrients and everything that we need is not water, it's breast milk. So therefore, the I guess the follow up question to that would be then because even Seven would say that, and I had to bring them up. Shout out to 7 days. So what the hell is we going? What the heck are we supposed to be drinking? If we,
mm.
you know, what I'm saying to get back our natural colors, we ain't supposed to be drinking water. So what we supposed to be drinking? Because yet again, you can't say Kool-Aid, you can't say orange juice, you can't say milk from another animal because all that stuff is diluted with what? Water, right?
Technically, I'm thinking we're supposed to be drinking breast milk. That's what God gave us.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. Um, they said the best milk to drink if it's not from another human, but it's like goat milk. That's that's what a lot of nutrients is at.
Okay.
Um,
Goat milk.
Yes, I heard that too. I couldn't think of that. Okay, so yeah, that is true too.
But
Okay.
did God intend for us to drink goat milk?
um, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that I would say yes because it's something that's produced naturally, and you could grow up,
Straight from the goat?
huh?
You could just drink it straight from the goat?
Not nowadays. It's a more expensive, way more expensive than milk because it's not something that's just put out on the market. You have to like actually like buy it somewhere that's not
Can I, may I say this?
yeah.
May I say this? Why is it goats are majority in other countries more than cows?
That's
If
that's
we
a
and I'm just thinking this up. No facts to back this up. So anybody fact check me, go ahead and put it in the chat.
that's something to think
But
about though.
I'm
If we know
thinking,
goat
and
milk
I'm
is
just
good for us, why isn't it free to us right now? Why we just can't get it? If we know it's good for us, but we're
because
drinking cow
I know
milk.
I know it's in Pakistan. I know it's in Afghanistan. I know it's in South America. I know they in Africa. And them all different continents. I know for a
Mm,
fact. Now I don't know for a fact that cows are in those continents. I don't see a cow. I can see a cow in maybe some parts of South
And
America.
sir, you are correct. There are way more cows. I mean, there are way more goats than cows.
Goats, right?
There are 720 million goats, while only 100.57 billion goats. Wait.
Yeah, you said one with an N, one with a B. That's a big difference.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. It says there are more goats than cows in the world. So 720 million goats, while estimates 150 billion cattle, 1.5 billion cattle.
'Cause y'all remember watching Indiana Jones?
I don't know what that
Indiana
is.
Jones and
I remember Indiana.
y'all seen a goat in that. Y'all seen goats and camels in there. You didn't see no cows. I'm just up here rambling, just thinking about looking at movies that was across seas. Yeah, I know I seen a goat. They talk about the goat in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken,
And negative light, but yes, I know what you're saying.
but they don't talk about cows, do they?
No, that's a reason.
It's a reason. Cause and only reason I'm thinking about that because I'm thinking about like, shoot, did they say cow during the Noah's Ark when they named every who had no to get on the boat? There was a cow on there.
Necessarily, we don't need the cow. We probably would need other animals than cows. For
Yeah,
real.
we need the goat, we need the zebra, we need the camel. Cause you use camels for traveling. Most camels were used for traveling.
Mm,
You use oh no, it's a donkey slash horse.
yes.
That's what they use for more traveling than they did for horses, especially for long distance. So
Yeah,
I mean,
donkeys got a uh it's short and stubby, but the thing with a donkey that's better than a horse is when you trying to have a horse trying to travel your stuff, it's going to tip your stuff over because it'll want to go so fast. You know what I'm saying? And their back of a donkey is way more stronger than the horses, but they just don't listen. At sometimes they ain't gonna listen to you. Sometimes that's the only downfall about that.
Okay. I'm glad we switched the subject up real quick, real fast, real quick like that. Now we can go back to the Diddy.
Yeah, facts.
We go right back to the Diddy. I see already that I'm just gonna have to have different podcasts, different days, different stuff like this, so I can talk about all types of different types of stuff. I don't have to divide my friends. I kind of want to know about this $10 payout at right here, but yet again, no. Freak off arrest. There we go. Oh, I went right to it too. That's crazy. Freak off arrest. I really can't wait till we get done with Cassidy. To be honest with y'all,
She done, right? Friday was her last day.
she done, but yet again, the report come out for what? Probably another 2 days before we start hearing
It's
other
the only
people.
thing that this Fed gave. And then right after that, they called on Richard. Now, there were some celebrity names that were dropped during this case. We've talked about it over the past few days, but today in particular, Chris Brown's name was brought up because allegedly Diddy was jealous of Cassie. He saw her dancing with Chris Brown in a club, and he was accusing her of cheating on him with Chris Brown. But Cassie was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember anything with Chris Brown. I've never dated Chris Brown. I've never had anything with Chris Brown. Again, getting back to all this cheating, it just feels like a personal grievance of Diddy's that he thought he's been thinking forever that she's been cheating on him with all these people. I'm not sure how it adds anything to their case. But then there were names like Nicki Minaj and Young Thug and different people brought up. Now, Nicki Minaj's name was brought up because Cassie had recorded a song with her that Diddy has never released. So that's the only thing that has tied Nicki Minaj's name to this. And the only thing that ties Chris Brown is just Diddy thinking that Cassie cheated with him, but she says that she didn't and there's no evidence of it. But then there was other people like Lauren London and Young Thug. So Lauren London is an actress who was in a relationship as children with a rapper named Nipsey Hussle, who was killed a few years back. And some people know who she is, some people don't. But Lauren London and then the rapper Young Thug, and this is what blew my mind. Young Thug, he was on trial. Remember his big RICO case down there in Fulton County, Georgia, led by Fannie Willis. And then they ended up doing a plea deal for 20 years. He's like on probation for 20 years. There was a lot in that trial. Oh, I wish it was still going on. It was a lot. And the prosecution was a mess. And it was horrible. And there was a lot that went on. But one of Young Thug's attorneys, Brian Steele, Brian Steele is now one of Diddy's attorneys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he represented Young Thug in that RICO trial, and now he's been brought up from Georgia to help with Diddy's case. But here's the thing. The reason why Lauren London and Young Thug were brought up is because after they broke up, Cassie and Diddy were like, they had like exchanged a few messages and then they were just cut off. Diddy cut the relationship was cut off. She never saw or heard from him again. But they're saying that she tried to message him through Lauren London and Young Thug to get messages to Diddy. I don't know why Lauren London or Young Thug will be able to reach Diddy personally on Cassie's behalf. So I don't know if they're going to be called to testify. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I thought that was strange. But it also
So
adds to
okay, I know something about London that makes sense
bad.
to all of this right now. So if y'all remember when Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle was together, right? They was always in the limelight together. They was always doing like shows like GQ and stuff like that together. They was always doing like something together, right? They looked cute, right? The thing is with Lauren London, they before Nipsey died, they been broke up, right? They been separated, broke up, all of that.
I didn't know that.
Because Nipsey Hussle found out what Lauren London was doing. Like I don't know how many people believe this or not, but you got to do something to get higher in the industry. You got to do favors for other people that's saying higher ups, right? You got to do favors. So when Nipsey had um saw that, he'll put like little messages about how he's not with her no more,
Oh
and
wow.
he couldn't actually say why because it's that deep.
Mm.
And Nipsey Hussle really wasn't a celebrity. He was just a person that was from the hood and that was really a rapper for real, that he had talent, but he never really wanted to be a celebrity for real. So when he saw that, he didn't want no parts of that and no parts of her. But he had to because that's his baby mom, for real.
Dang. So they wasn't married?
I don't think so. I don't think they was married for real.
Hmm. That's crazy.
It
I
don't it
didn't.
don't seem like it, but Nipsey Hussle knew something about Lauren London that he couldn't reveal.
Oh wow. Now that's interesting
Cause you
because
gotta because some like if you look at ATL, it shows depictions of that she wasn't who she say she was. Every little story has some type of truth to it. Every little like I don't know if you was there, but I think yeah, you was there when we was on talking on TikTok. Every little joke has truth to it.
yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
I have learned to tell the truth in a joking way, so people, because when people hear me tell the truth bluntly, they thinking that um I'm not part of the team or I'm an outsider. Like you said earlier, I don't think outside the box. So I had to learn how to say things jokingly,
Oh,
and
they
you know what
wasn't
I'm saying.
married.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
So I don't know why it says
It says
that they wasn't married, that they were just dating, but then on another thing, it says who was Lauren London's husband, and it says years 2005 to 2019. Partner.
where they
Mm,
get married at Cali or Atlanta.
they got
Mm,
2 kids together, but no, because it say in spite of the rumors, speculations that Nipsey and Lauren had been secretly married, TMZ obtained Hustle's death certificate, which stated under marital status that he was never married. So yeah, that clears
hmm
That boy was married to the streets.
that.
Nipsey was married to the streets, baby.
Yeah, before I came to God, bro, I used to sort research all of that kind of stuff, and the way that I operate was I wouldn't listen to you unless I know what you stood for and what you was about. I'm not listening to just anybody. And
Mm-hmm.
when I looking at Nipsey and the Lauren thing, I could already see that he really didn't like he loved his girl to the T, but he knew too much about her for him to keep going on with her.
Hmm.
Man, how they look at Nipsey Hussle out here on the West Coast is a little. I I don't want to say obnoxious because I understand that. I'm gonna just keep it real. He got it out of the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He got out of the mud. He got out of the streets. I grant him that. But yet again, now they want us to think that we supposed to know about him. Like, look, Nipsey Hussle crossed the line and never crossed his. He never signed his name on no signature on no
Nope.
dot lines. You see what
Nope.
I'm saying? So when he got into the industry, he wasn't really. even in the industry.
He got in there through probably through her. If you really think about it. Whoa, wow.
No, no, no.
No.
He was been in there way before then. He was
Okay. Okay.
um he was hopped in a Michael Jackson song, and even in the Michael Jackson video that people, what I'm saying, only people that know about it only know about it because after he died. What I'm saying? I didn't even know about it after he
Mm.
died. And they start telling you, oh, he did this, he did this. And if you watch the video of it and really make sense of it, it's like, okay, he did him, but he never did no big deal. That
I
album
think. You think Snoop put him on?
put him on.
Because he was real close to Snoop in the beginning.
I think no, I think he paid his way.
Mm.
I think he did everything his way. That's why he's not known like everybody else.
That
Snoop,
probably took him 10 years to even get there.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not finna to sign with Death Row. I'm not finna sign with Interscope. I'm not finna sign with these other people just to benefit them when you know what I'm saying that's not what I'm about. Because you know what I'm saying, he was always for the streets. So you know what I'm saying? He's not crossing the streets. He's not gonna be in the industry and leave the streets behind. Like I would give him that and say that's totally him, you know what I'm saying, in that aspect. So therefore anything the industry was doing, he, you know what I'm saying, 100% he disagreed upon. And I don't even know the man, but you can, his track record will show.
Right.
So when you say that about her, if that's true, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, but like I'm saying, if that's true and he did know something about her, that's him not crossing over. Because even that album that did cross over to mainstream was big. He guaranteed he paid for damn near everything. I'm not sure, not 100%, but I guarantee that Nipsey Hussle probably paid for everything out of pocket. He opened up his own storeroom. Where's Snoop Dogg's store at?
Mm.
And I ain't talking about a food chain that he got. I get that. I'm talking about a store that, you know what I'm saying, is in the
He got a
hood.
food chain.
Huh?
He got a food chain.
Snoop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snoop chicken and waffle.
What is
Yeah, the
uh
hot dog. No, he got a hot dog. He got a hot dog joint.
yeah, I
Oh,
knew it
where did he
was.
come from?
Dogs. It's something dealing.
Dang, didn't even
Yeah.
know he was
He
there.
got one. He got one in Vegas, Capiche. It's called Hot Dog something, Crazy Dogs or Snoopy Dogs or something.
Some dogs. I knew it was something. I couldn't
Yeah,
put it
it's
over
a hot
here.
dog joint.
Oh,
But yet again, my point, and thank you, James, for that. It's not what Nipsey Hussle did. Opened up a store in the hood, and all the tax and benefits that he put into that goes back to the hood. Because where is that? It's in his neighborhood.
Right.
That's what I be meaning by truly somebody that's giving back to the hood and stuff like that. That stuff is be killing me because most people ain't doing that. Like Nipsey Hussle did that. You know what I'm saying? I actually took a picture at the store.
Oh wow.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Was scared of the motherfucker.
But see, Nipsey Hussle and Snoop Dogg's drive was different, man. Nipsey, if you know the story of Nipsey, man, before he even started rapping, bro, he was selling shirts and shit on that same corner when it was owned by the white man. You know what I'm saying? The cops pulled up on him and told him, look, you can't sell these shirts here, bro. You need a
And
license.
so
You need to get them brick and mortar building. So then Nipsey was like, all right, no problem. And that shop is center. He opened up his own store. And then that shop is center. He owned the whole shit now. But at that time, he bought one store. And then they took all that shit from the street, put in there. So his drive was different, bro. He was trying to prove a point to everybody. Look, you can come from the hood. You could be a 60s and you can make it. You know what I'm saying? You could take that. You know what I'm saying?
and
Snoop,
then that
when he
then that
came
one
out,
on under control,
where?
but then there was that one time where he was selling that CD. No, his
Yeah.
mixtape for $1,000. Remember
And
that one?
Jay Z
Oh,
bought all of them
Yep.
at one time. Jay Z bought them all. Yep.
Man, man, you
And
might
that
well
also
turn your
helped him come
camera
out
on,
too.
man. Turn your camera on, man. We all camered up.
That camera is on, fool.
I'm not talking about you, James.
Oh.
Nah, my hair ain't right. I ain't gonna lie. My hair look crazy.
My hair look crazy. I just got dreads, thank God. Man, you might say something that go viral. They gonna want to see who it is. Hey, I got a couple people on her that you looking at right now that done got me some views. That's true. I done seen some numbers I ain't seen in a while. Like, oh yeah, okay, all right. Nah, but
it
that's what's
must
up.
be 7.
To be, you know what? I'm not even finna say their name because you know what I'm saying. I just rather for people to go watch them shorts and like, oh. But I did get the chart today of the shorts and how they're doing, and
What?
yeah, they're looking good. I appreciate, like, once again, I do appreciate everybody coming through, chilling on the couch, you
On a
know,
1-2, on a 1-2.
on the ones and twos. Um,
James, the Long Star.
Yeah, we gonna go a little bit further on this, and then I'm gonna switch it up to the other topic because I do got just two other topics, but we're gonna go back because I don't want us to stay on this because I want to hear these other names because I think this is the only kind of juicy part that I done heard that actually sounds like racketeering. No, not. I'm just playing.
Why are you Diddy is your relationship is over. You after he raped you, you say you guys still exchange nice, fun messages, and then you went and had consensual sex with him afterwards, and then you were still trying to text him, and then once the relationship's done, you're still trying to get in contact with him.
See right there. That's the part I be talking about.
I should have known that was gonna happen. I should have known that was gonna happen.
Through these other people. So it's just like, what is going on? Like, why, if you finally are free of this man, why would you do that? Now, prosecutors will argue and probably bring on expert witnesses to testify on how the abuse mind works. That even once the abuse is gone, that person is still trauma bonded to them. It feels like you can't really live without that person. And especially if they've had a lot of control over your life, if you've been coerced into things that are outside of what you would normally do. Because remember, he introduced her to drugs. He introduced her to the freak offs. He had a lot of control over her. He would scare her in different ways. She was fearful of her life during that time. And so there's all of these deep psychological wounds and bonds and things that happen. So they can introduce someone who can explain it away. But on its face, it doesn't look good for Cassie to continue to try to get in touch with him when Diddy has cut her off, blocked her. He's not like he doesn't, they're not having any contact with each other. Why is she using Lauren London and Young Thug? And then I need to know, what is Lauren London and Young Thug's relationship with Diddy now? Okay, so that is just a
I
quick
don't know if
rundown
that's
of what happened today. There's a
cool.
lot more details. Again, if you want to see, for me to deep dive into more, those videos are up on my channel. I just wanted to
Say that again.
I guess they was cool.
Man,
Y'all can see that?
like I said, I hate that they
Y'all see them? That's Laura
yeah. Who's
London,
that?
Diddy, and Nipsey.
Hold on, is Nipsey smiling?
He ain't smiling. He
I
ain't
ain't doing.
smiling.
He ain't smiling. Hey, Nipsey
And
wasn't
them two
listening.
is
Like,
Trust me,
like,
man.
like if
Trust me.
he was
Nipsey
out the
left.
pay, look, if he was out the pay,
Trust me. Nipsey left before 12. He ain't part of that freak off shit. He left. He left before 12.
Mm-hmm. She
but
wasn't with none of that.
pick, if you just go like this, it's like bam. Like they was real cool and close. So
Yeah, but I'm sure Nips left at 12. He ain't for that shit.
mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
All right, y'all. I just wanna talk about this just because it happened, just because it's one of the main reasons that I get into it with 7 Days. Shout out to 7 Days. Go check them out on Instagram, YouTube, all them channels. Go check them out. But this is like just a small example. A small example of like we gotta stop all this color baiting because it's holding us back. And not only is holding us
About her.
back, it's really holding us back. So basically, in basketball, this is week one of the WNBA. WNBA, any other year besides the last 2 years, I promise you, James would probably want to say it first before I said it. You wouldn't even be talking about the WNBA, Capiche. You wouldn't be talking about it. This girl, Caitlin Clark, came out of college, electrified the world, came
Mhm.
to the pros, electrified the world, made more people's view. And then there was this girl named Angel Reese who
I would,
came
I
along
definitely
with
would.
the ride.
I would definitely
Huh?
say that Kevin Cart made Angel Reese relevant too because of the tournament.
So,
Because of the tournament.
y'all,
Play. Thing in college.
so we all know, so everybody's a little sped up. I'm trying to um put C Marie up on game about how this goes. So basically they're both in the league, right? The league has yet again was quiet. Nobody knew nothing about the league. This white girl, Caitlin Clark, comes into the league. Everybody eyeballs. All of a sudden now is the league is racist and it's been division. Now it's all this hate stuff that we never knew nothing about. Like I said, nobody you don't even know nothing about the WNBA for real. And you in Atlanta with some of the good talent girls. I ain't gonna lie to you. Atlanta got a good squad. Shout out to Atlanta.
Mhm.
You know, Melisha Gray. I just want to say one of their team players' names so people know. Like I am keeping up. I know players. I know players around her. But yet
They got a new
again,
coach, right?
uh-huh. So yet again, this is week one, season two of WNBA with eyeballs. This is week one, season two. Caitlin Clark and Reese meet. They on the court. A foul happens from Caitlin. Caitlin Clark fouls Reese. Playable foul. And she blew it up out of proportion. Angel Reese.
Because Reese thinks she all that.
Right. But not only did it get blown out of proportion, it went viral. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to speed y'all up. I'm show y'all a couple of videos, a couple of breakdowns so y'all can get an understanding like how far they taking this. And y'all already see up there, y'all already see the talk of the tick is first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's get into
For
this.
the first time, men and women have collectively agreed that Angel Reese was tripping when she got fouled by Caitlin Clark, even though Angel Reese caused the first foul. You see, after Angel Reese fouled Shotty trying to get the ball, but Shotty ain't getting mad. The minute Caitlin Clark reached for that ball, she want to flop to the floor and try to throw hands. Like, what you trying to throw hands for? Then when you look up close and personal, you see it was a basic foul. They gave her a flagrant foul for this. How? That baby had foul, bro. You about to throw hands and crash out about that foul? Not to mention, she hit the ball. You decided to go flop over it, trying to pull a LeBron James.
Mm.
No disrespect to the GOAT. But I'm happy that majority of men and women collectively agree on the internet that Angel just got a problem with Shotty for no reason at this point, bro. Like now, it's just a one-sided beef.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So the WNBA is back. Okay, something that nobody has ever been excited about. but But at this point in 2025, the WNBA has turned into a full-blown culture war, right? I think people watch not for the basketball, not for the quality play, but because of the drama, right? These women are basically the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to drama in the WNBA, okay? Mainly involving Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and what appears to be a completely one-sided beef at this point, right? It's mainly just Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark is light years better than her, right? And Caitlin Clark is making a lot more money than she is. Caitlin Clark just seems to be everything that Angel Reese wishes she was or what she thinks she is, okay? Because she's certainly not on the same level as Caitlin Clark. And that brings me to this game between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever, in which the Indiana Fever ended up basically blowing out the Chicago Sky. But everybody is talking about this foul here that happened when Caitlin Clark basically stopped Angel Reese from getting an easy layup, which we don't even know if it was a guaranteed easy layup for Angel Reese, considering how she misses so many easy layups. But anyways, this foul caused Angel Reese to lose her mind on the court trying to fight Caitlin Clark, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this clip.
Strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Yeah, so before we look at this replay, right, apparently Angel Reese, she said, "You crazy as F." Okay, "You crazy as F."
Yo, what is that?
Is what she said, right here.
Shall we? Do I need to rewind? Like we in the booth looking at it to see if it's a favorite
That is
foul.
insane. That was a baby foul, and she went over that.
Week one. This ain't no playoff attentions. Everybody is 0-0-0-0-0.
Right.
I would think stat pattern would be more important than beefing at the moment. Like, you know what? Let me get my stats up. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? This is my second season. I'm out here. I really gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta shine. You know, people been talking about me. And a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this, we was liking what Angel Reese was putting down in the first quarter. What we were seeing with Angel Reese, everybody was shocked. I know people were shocked because I was shocked. I'm like, oh snap, she's bringing up the ball. Oh snap, she did a one-handed layup and didn't miss. Like, wow, bam. Then she came down 3 plays later. Oh snap, she came up with the ball, popped the three. What?
Mm.
We was okay, Angel. But yeah, the same. Like I said, first quarter, we was impressed. I was like, oh, okay. I even went on ESPN to see, like, okay, dang, how many points is that already?
Right.
So, and I ain't gonna even lie to nobody. I didn't see this at all. I probably looked away or started playing Call of Duty Mobile. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I couldn't wait till this season started, I was hyping it up. I'll try to get people to talk about this. Nobody will talk about it. So yes, even I did not
Yeah,
watch the
it's seeming
whole.
like she's a real hater. So they got a picture that LeBron posted with him and Clark, and she posted under it and says, "Michael Jordan never lost the finals." By the way,
See, dog, yeah, I watched this other
It's
dude.
a
He was
crazy
talking.
shot.
yeah, she's
Okay,
clearly
and okay, in
hating on her
college.
right now.
So if any for people that don't know, that's crazy. For people that don't know, what happened in college was, um, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark met in the finals, and Angel Reese won, right? But I'm not going to go into the part that, you know, Angel Reese had a all-star crew. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on that team was 5 stars. Matter of fact, damn near right now as I speak, that whole starting 5 that was with Angel Reese today is in the league except for one person, and
It
that's
was,
Roger.
and
Huh?
it even started with it's some type of taunting that
You
Clark
can't see
did.
me. You can't
Yeah,
see me that Caitlin Clark did to her training coach.
then she did it back. Then Adrienne did it back to her, but
Telling
they
her
made it.
and they want ring. Yep.
Then there was the thing of already being was she trying to be racist towards it, whatever, right? They may try to make it into that thing, but whole time it's like you did it too, type of thing. So why are you mad? Type of, you know what I'm saying? That's what it came down to. Like, why are you mad? She did it too.
So the second year when they met up again, because they met up the second year, Caitlin Clark's senior year, Angel Reese senior year, they met again. Except it wasn't in the finals; it was in the semifinals to get to the championship. And Angel Reese and them got blew out with the same exact squad, with Caitlin Clark with the same exact squad.
Hmm.
And yet again, like I say, majority of Angel Reese starting 5 team, if if we really want to go into high def and look up, majority of them is in the league except for maybe one person. I do believe there's like one other person that's still in
Um,
college.
the the girl name her name Flaja or something like that. She's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So and then so it's like that. But let's get back more into the story because it's not just about them two. Because I even though I'm I'm gonna say that for how I think for real later. But let's just get further on.
Yeah, apparently that's what she said. And tried to fight Caitlin Clark. Now, as you guys can see, this right here, in my opinion, is not dirty, right? This is just a regular foul, right? Who knows? Maybe Angel Reese flopped. Who knows? Okay, it was a nice hard foul. Angel Reese was about to attempt a layup. I'm not going to say it was an easy layup for her, but she was attempting a layup. And Caitlin Clark decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to foul her and make her shoot free throws, right? Which ultimately, at the end of the day, kind of turned out to be a good decision considering how she missed the free throw, right? At least one of the free throws immediately after being fouled. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it was a hard foul. It was nothing that Angel Reese should have been mad and upset about, right? Trying to fight Caitlin Clark. Like, come on, this type of behavior, it's embarrassing. It really is. This is stereotypical behavior from certain types of individuals who tend to have anger issues, right? And she's trying to take it out on the court when, you know, at the end of the day, what she really needs to be doing is putting more effort into improve for her game, right? And maybe she wouldn't be so angry at Caitlin Clark, right? I'm just saying, because in my opinion, that seems to be the problem here, okay? Because when you look at the box score, when you look at some of the information here, yeah, Angel Reese struggled, okay? I mean, she was grabbing rebound after rebound, but missing layups, okay, missing shots, getting blocked by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark had her number all game. Like, for example, right here, okay? Look at Angel Reese try to get 2 layups. Brick. Caitlin steals the ball, right? Caitlin steals the ball. And then you have this nice 3-pointer right here from Caitlin Clark, okay? Some Steph Curry type stuff. Nice, clean. Now look at Angel Reese on the bench. Look at Angel Reese. Yeah, that's what happens when you're looking at greatness, right? This is the face of jealousy and hate right here. Okay, so with that being said, this is what Caitlin Clark had to say about the foul after the game.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know. If you either Angel gets wide open 2 points, or you know we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Walk me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Now, the WNBA has classified it as a flagrant, even though I don't think it's a flagrant. I think that it was a flop. Regardless, the race hustlers are upset, right? People are boohoo, whine, and cry, talking about racism. Okay. which we got to talk about here because Angel Reese is getting a whole lot of backlash, right? For her behavior, her attitude, what she
It's
did.
7 days
Okay, she
crew.
decided to lash out and to try to fight on the
It's
court.
my partner
Every
crew.
black woman should be pissed off right now. No one even wants to talk about. I wonder how does Sid Colson and Breonna Turner and Kelsey Mitchell.
Did you? Are, I'm gonna rewind that, and I'm gonna look at your face to see. Do you feel the way she just told you how you supposed to be feeling? People be killing me when they do that stuff, dog. This is what I be talking about right here. She just gonna tell us how.
She decided to lash out and to try to fight on the court.
Every black woman should be pissed off right now. No one even wants to talk about. I wonder how does Sid Colson and Breonna Turner and Kelsey Mitchell and Dewana Bonner and AB feel as black women,
Black
Dantas, as
women.
black women, not only seeing your teammate do something like that to another black woman, and that black woman is the one that's made out to be the villain. That black woman
She
is the one
was.
that's being
She
respected.
was the villain right there.
Your fans
Mhm.
in your house.
Why did
And
you
you're
try to bully
somebody
that
that you
girl?
got stuck in.
You want to know what it
She
is
was
though?
clearly the villain.
Okay, you know what?
Salty because you're not as good as her. That was
The,
clear bullying right there.
the thing is about what they try to make it out. So race thing is they're big fangirls of a certain individual, and they got to be pro black. Then because a white person comes at a black person and that they're um do something objective of some type of physical contact. Now it's a race thing, but whole time that's literally basketball, and that's literally showing her that I know how to play the game, and she knows that Andrew Reese don't know how to make free throws, so she's gonna foul her like that. Like it's clearly she knows, right? But it's a race thing now.
Because you're trash. You're not as good as her, so it's a race thing. No, no, no. And I don't even like to see that. You see how she walked off, calm and cool. Like what?
Yeah, she really did. Like
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna entertain you. You mad?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm ashamed of you, black men, black women on this podcast. Not outraged at what's going on and seeing. You should be holding up.
Get her, Reese. What the? Come on
you should be
now.
you should be holding up your fist.
Everybody know that wasn't right.
You
Everybody
should
know
be.
that wasn't right.
I can't even. I don't. I wish I knew that
And let
song
me tell
right
you
now.
something. I don't even really like, you know, no. I just know a little bit. I've been hearing about Clark and I've been seeing Angel Reese everywhere. And to me, I'm just like, she's just more of a for show.
yeah,
I didn't even know that she really don't play ball like that because the way I seen her on the cereal box, I was like, oh, who is this?
She's good at marketing.
That's what
I
I'm saying. She got the little
she.
lashes.
If
She
I'm
got
not
the little,
if I'm not
she
yeah, if
got
I'm
the
not
look.
mistaken,
I thought she was more of an Instagram model or something.
she was the top 5 paid player when she was in college. If I'm not mistaken, her
No,
senior
Clark like
year.
more than her.
Only
that's
re she
That's
making
why
more, but
Flaja
she had
didn't go to the NBA, didn't go to the WNBA because she was making more money in college than she would make in the WNBA. The WNBA will just get you more fame, but in the college will get you a little bit more money because they're not trying to pay nobody in the
and
WNBA.
then the WNBA finna do a new deal, transcript deal. So when Flage come in, her and Juju Watkins come in next year. Oh my God, I can't wait to
Oh
Juju.
yeah, Juju, she five. I ain't gonna lie.
But I don't
Now
know
I'm
if
gonna
she
have
gonna
to
have that
start
same,
keeping up.
huh?
I said now I'm gonna have to start keeping up so I
Oh,
can know some stuff. Because I don't know
dude,
too much about it. I mean, I
yeah, I
know
would help you. I would help. We'll help.
Tanisha
But
Wright, the
uh-huh.
she was the coach.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my little sister's cousin, my dad's daughter.
Wow.
So that's really how I know about that.
Check you out.
Hmm. So I know a little something about it, but mm-mm, not much.
All right, let's finish because oh man, is I think it's gonna get deep. This I, I'm tripping.
Job for these bitches
Hell,
because the player that got attacked is on the opposite team.
The real
You need to
estate market is
stop. You
changing
know something? I
fast.
don't
I
So
like
told
if
y'all that
you're
was
a
gonna
licensed
happen.
homeowner
those.
considering
I don't
selling
like
your home,
those.
we have
She
Hey
sound real
man,
angry
Hold
and
on
bitter.
1 second.
Second.
Hmm.
hey, I never knew what type of podcast that was. When I first seen this video, I was like, "What type of podcast is that?" Where they talk like that on sports? Like I know 100%. If they whoever that was, if they are sports podcast, they got flagged by YouTube
Mm.
or whatever platform they on. I 100% know they got flagged because they not like you supposed to be talking about sports. See you talking about these bitches.
I think they probably just pro black and ain't anything about black women. They for they don't the way they talk. They don't know sports for real. It's clear. It's evident.
Yeah.
So they're not caring about who's good and who's better. It's just that they know that she's black and she's white, so they made it like that. That's simple as that.
Whatever fits the narrative.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Ha-
Well,
if y'all can do me a favor one day, because I think what I'm saying this is not going to be the last incident where we have something, but just stroll on YouTube and look up the content of who covering the WNBA and what styles and who y'all like the best and who y'all don't like the best, and then I want to have a later discussion later on down the road. Maybe not on here. Maybe we can even do it on TikTok. You don't have to be on her about it,
You want to
but
know so funny about this conversation about WNBA?
uh-huh.
The WNBA isn't talked about like basketball is. I don't know if it's because basketball has more games and more days is played. Maybe that's the reason why too. Or it
No,
could or it
that's
could huh?
that's easy to answer. The NBA has been in the league, been around longer, and has been through the struggles that the WNBA is going through already. They already this struggle of getting these views and getting people to talk about them and go fill up seats and stuff. They was doing that stuff in the damn fucking 40s,
Yeah.
40s and 50s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get that right. So and then what I'm saying, and grow and grow and grow and grow. Even in the 80s, right before Michael Jordan, they had their little hard little ship
yep,
of selling out tickets and stuff like
yep,
that. They had good players, but they had a little hardship. Is when MJ came into the league, that was over with. That it was no more. They had no more problems selling out shows and tickets and nothing. They had it was over. And
See, you got to school me now because you know I'm younger than you, so I definitely wouldn't know that. But okay, okay.
yeah. If Shaq, all the OGs admit that. You know what I'm saying? Only people that ain't gonna admit it is people that's probably in the younger generation who would look at the '80s like Guinness Arena. Look at the '80s. He like, man, y'all ain't do nothing but just sniff coke and run up down with razor blades in y'all socks trying to cut each other because y'all owe each other money.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it was a lot of that going on back then. But then when you actually, because I remember when oh my god, I can't think of his name. He actually came on the on Guinness Arena show and told him it's like certain places like New York, uh, L.A. How they condition their players to win compared to a place like Antonio or Utah, they didn't condition their players, especially like Seattle. That's why you didn't see too much championships come out of those places and those things until they learn how to condition their player. That's why now you see everybody can play, everybody can hoop. It's hard to defend. Even though you can't body check, people like, well, they bring body check back, you can bring it back a little bit of defense. But then, what I'm saying, you bring a foul. It's really nowadays athletic versus athletic, where it was back then, it was strength versus athletics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like the game is just way too soft, bro. Like compared to what I watched back in the day. Yeah, it's super soft and everything is technical. Like
Yeah, because nobody has to get strong no more to do anything. Jordan era, you had to get strong to get past whoever you got past. You had to go get that person to protect your star player. That's why I like hockey so much. And that's why people's like, I like hockey
They
only
still be getting crazy.
because they fight. You know a reason
mm,
why they fight in hockey? Because you done knocked out my star player. This person's supposed to he done told me in the locker room that he was taking us to the Stanley Cup. Plus, I know he made 3 times as more as me. So yes, when you put hands on him or you knock out his tooth or you put him on a bench somewhere, yes,
ah,
every time I see you on the ice, I'm swinging, we going head to head
yeah, bum
on
rush you every time I see you type thing.
on site. And,
Look,
and I
on
and I
site.
understand that if that if that could be put into the NBA smartly, smart, they could think of a way like, you know what, I understand that I'm gonna go back to Kobe era because what I'm saying, you definitely know Kobe. But if we can find
Yeah.
a way to protect Kobe so he wouldn't got hurt, or a no,
Hey,
better
listen, a
better
couple people
a
snuck
better
Kobe
person,
before.
Derrick
Two people
Rose.
I know punched on Kobe before.
But yet again, you not finna have that. You wasn't
Hmm.
finna touch Kobe and Kobe make the most money and he the only person that's gonna get us to the playoffs because he shoot 85% of the shots for us. Last time
Okay,
I shot a shot, it was cold outside.
so think about this. Remember the time when I don't know if you remember this, but I remember like yesterday. I remember when LeBron was playing the Pistons and that rookie got hit by LeBron. LeBron deliberately elbowed him on the free throw line. And then he was like, "Yo, what you doing?" Right? But he didn't get turned up until he noticed that he was bleeding, and now he's gushing blood out his forehead, and now he's rushing after LeBron like
I
a
remember that.
freight train.
I remember that.
But remember, nobody in off the Pistons or the Lakers let LeBron get touched. But I know Stewart because he's from my hood, right? He's from Rochester. He really liked that for real. He really wanted to put hands on LeBron. But because LeBron is the breadwinner, nobody's gonna let LeBron get touched.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, you got to think about this. Think about this. You know what I'm saying? Simple, just in your home. It's we all four, we stay in the same crib. You know what I'm saying? C Marie's the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else bring home bread, but she's the breadwinner. You think we finna let somebody do something to her? Nah, you okay?
Better not.
We finna make sure she don't catch a cold.
Mm.
You see what I'm
Can't say
saying?
something, can't say nothing bad about her. So now when you do,
Not
oh, you
say
want to get
nothing
put
about
out?
bad, but you better start cleaning this house up. She better not catch a hot chew. She better
Hmm.
not spill. It better be orange juice in the refrigerator.
I get that. I get that for sure.
Look, and
Okay
some
then.
Robitussin
Mhm.
in case I catch a cold.
You know what I'm saying? The car breakdown. Hey, look. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix cars, so you know what I'm saying. We're gonna have to rock paper scissors. Like, hey, who gonna have on getting car fixed? It's like that in all sports. But yeah, if the NBA could bring a little bit of that hockeyness into it without all the fines, just sit on the bench for 2 minutes, or you can't come back in for the rest of the quarter, or whatever it takes to not fine a person to where a person is just like, you know what I'm saying, and the referees ain't scared to get in there. Because in hockey, like I said, they banging them refs not scared to get in there. Hey, stop. Soon as your knee hit the ground, then the fight's over.
Mm.
That's how it is in hockey. You know what I'm saying? Understand, in basketball, you probably can't do that because, you know what I'm saying, black people know how to swing, you know what I'm saying? They know how to bob and weave, they was, hey man, I need boxing classes. Now we allowed to fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, never mind. But yet again, they're packed seats. I'm thinking about places that don't pack seats, like Sacramento Kings. You can watch some of them games. Them games be empty. Boy, they was banging a little bit.
Wow. I know that.
You know, boy, you really think every NBA game be like sold out?
Heck no. I went
No.
You
time I went
you
to
you
this is
personally,
some years ago, but I went to Knicks versus somebody game, and that thing was empty. It was empty. I'm like,
Was it
yeah,
a off? Was it a untaped show or untaped match? Do you know or not?
probably was untaped.
you talk about a telegraph show,
Definitely
bro,
ain't empty now.
bro. It don't matter. We can name a team that's what's the most irrelevant team that you can think of in the NBA?
I didn't know that though. I thought all the games be taped.
Ah,
No,
Mm-mm.
they be yes, they are all filmed. They are all taped. Because you know what I'm saying,
they
local
just
games,
don't
you got
play
your
all of
local
it.
channel.
Right.
Yeah, but when he's talking about them special night TNT special, you know what I'm saying,
Okay,
game,
okay. When
a
they fill it
exclusive
up.
matchup. Yeah, a matchup that's supposed to fill up the seats. Of course that game's gonna be filled because it's a matchup that people want to see. I'm talking about a team that got two teams that nobody like the Pistons and Chicago.
Oh yeah, Chicago doing bad right now. Yeah.
Yeah, who?
Chicago doing
Yeah.
bad.
Even if that game was live on TNT, you think it's gonna be packed? You think it's gonna be filled to the rim? I mean, sold out. Anything else? You think it's gonna be sold out? Flat out. You think, yeah, people from the nosebleed section is finna move down, bro? You see all of them, bro? I'm moving down. Camera here. I'm
It's a
finna go
fact.
viral. Stop playing. And I'm not even finna think about that anyway. I'm finna think about. I might can get a basketball thrown at me and get hit in the head. Bye. Oh, free tickets.
Yeah.
Free tickets. I know I did that at baseball game. Stop playing. I know you don't think baseball games are sold out.
Heck no.
Heck no.
Been to a couple of those too.
Stop. They I'm hearing rumors about everybody's finna get new stadiums and they finna be made smaller. Because in this day and age, bro, like you
People
think I'm
ain't
finna pay I'm a sports fanatic. You know what I'm saying? I watch sports and bro, I don't stop playing. I watch it for free. And don't be. It's not because I live in Vegas. Stop playing. I watch it for free. I'm on the internet too much.
Right.
Okay. All right. So back to the Diddy case.
back to the Diddy.
Back to the Diddy because only thing other
Back
than
to the
that,
freak offs.
only thing I got other than that to cover with y'all is cop cam views, which yet again,
Back to the freak offs.
okay. See, look, she wanna go back to the investigation.
Back to the baby oil. Back to that.
back to, do you know what you did last summer? No, not really. But I said,
I really only think the baby oil is for something gay. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I really think it is for.
Well, they
"Ooh,
did explain
hey, check this.
basically why they had so much of it because they fill up tubs with it,
Oh,
kiddie pool. Because I was sure wondering the heck you needed all that baby oil
yo, I
for.
got, I got my good lawyer friend finna come up. Ah, yeah. I
Oh,
This is finna be funny. I got my good, well, not funny, but I like how he explains it. He tries to keep it fair as possible when you hearing something, and that's what. And it 15 minute wrap it up.
Is a law channel, and we're about to break down the first week of the Diddy trial. And I'm going to straight up tell you, it looks like Diddy's going to jail for life. Let's break it down.
See, see, see. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm like, man, I have lawyers that I watch and understand, y'all. I have to battle certain people. So when I debate certain people, I can only bring certain people up here. So
I ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie,
know.
bro. I still think
Huh?
Diddy got Biggie and Tupac killed, low key.
listen.
Okay, say allegedly on her, please.
Or allegedly. Of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I just
You
heard
finna have
something about, I didn't know that Biggie and Pop was trying to free themselves from their labels.
Yep.
Pac
And
was finna go to No Limit. Everybody was
you
finna go
going
to
to No
No Limit.
Limit?
Yeah, Pac was finna go to No Limit.
Dang. I would have thought you'd have been smarter than that. Go independent. Not
Not if
label hopping.
Why you think Snoop went to No Limit?
Snoop went to No Limit?
Wait, what's low? No. What's that?
No Limit?
No Limit
Master P and
Records, Master P, Silty
Oh,
Shaka, Mystical,
okay. Okay, cool.
Me X, Mr. Fiend, Mr. Magic.
That's crazy. I wouldn't think that.
I'm young, so I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
you young. How you go? Oh, you young.
yeah. But
Okay, so you know about Master P and the No
yeah,
Limit Soldiers.
A
man.
little bit, not too much, not too much.
When
Yeah,
when when it comes to
because
stuff
I
like
was young when they when they
when
was
it
out.
comes to stuff like this, yes, I can jump around and can hang out with her and hang out with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thought I brought him. Okay, he disappeared again. My bad. Yeah, let's get into this. My bad. Nate the lawyer.
All right. So with this video, I want to explain to you what the charges are in the Diddy trial, how the government is going about proving those charges, and whether they've been successful at demonstrating any of this criminal activity. Now, if you're watching this video, I assume you know who P. Diddy is, so I'm just going to get straight into what's going on. So when we're talking about P. Diddy's criminal trial, we're talking about 5 charges, but really 3 separate crimes. Okay, so the first count is racketeering conspiracy. To prove racketeering conspiracy by the government, you need to know the existence of the enterprise, Bad Boy Entertainment, or for instance, if it's the mafia, you got to prove the mob actually exists. Or if it's a street gang, you prove the street gang exists, the Bloods, for instance. You also need an agreement to participate in the law hearing activity.
I'm only pausing just so we can talk about, I understand we can't go through play the whole video, but if it's just to prove that bad boys exist and he was doing this stuff while he was at work or working type, then yeah. I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Like, okay, because it's easy to prove Bad Boy Records was owned by Diddy. That's
Mm-hmm.
too easy to prove.
No,
Now, with
no, no,
this
no, no.
last
Hold on,
one,
hold on.
this
Pause. I remember seeing something where Diddy don't own nothing. It's his mom. Diddy is is the head of it, but his mom owns it all. So when things like this happen, he's not responsible. I saw that. I saw that somewhere before.
Okay. Yet again, he may not be the CEO, but he's something because he signs paychecks.
Yes.
So therefore, that puts you somewhere in charge of an authority over a company if you sign paychecks.
Mm.
Cause,
See, now
cause,
I'm thinking of it. It's real sticky now.
because I'm with you and I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disagreeing with you. So if that's the facts, then I ain't got to prove that you own the whole entire company, but you have some type of authority. You run some type of division of this company, especially if your name is on the paychecks.
Yeah.
I can prove something of that. Not only, yeah, yeah. So I think I messed up too because I only meant to press pause, not rewind.
Pattern of racketeering activity. You may hear the term RICO predicates.
You could use it as probable cause for a warrant, couldn't you? Evidence of extortion, intent to defraud. Those are RICO predicates, right?
Now, there are about 23 different crimes that the government's alleging that P. Diddy did. And here are some of those crimes like sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. And the government, again, just has to prove 2 of those things to get a conviction of the RICO statute. Then you also have sex trafficking by force, which we are going to go over in detail. And we also have transportation to engage in prostitution, which is known as the Mann Act, which essentially means you're paying for prostitutes to cross state lines. And we'll
Damn. Well, paying prostitutes to go across state lines. I think I heard all that in day 1 and day 2.
Mm.
go into detail with that count too. So at the end of the day, these 3 individual charges and 5 counts overall are what the government is seeking to prove to put P. Diddy away for life. Now, to prove their case, the government has started with calling 5 witnesses this first week. The first is Israel Flores. He's a former assistant security director at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, and now he is an LAPD officer. Now, the Intercontinental Hotel is where Diddy was caught on video beating Cassi, and he's the security guard that responded to Cassi's call for help. And he's also seen in that video. Next up is a man named Daniel Phillip. He's a former male escort and exotic performer. Now, being a male escort, Phillip testified that he participated in multiple freak-offs involving Cassi, and that he felt that Cassi at sometimes was not a willing participant in the freak-offs. Next, you had Diddy's longtime girlfriend, Cassi. She's a singer, model, and she was the one who participated in a lot of these freak-offs. She said too many to count. Now, she is seen on video getting beaten by Diddy, and she testified to the abuse, the sex trafficking, and the prostitution that was going on from state to state. You also have Dawn Richard, who was a former member of Danity Kane, the girl group created by Combs, and she also was in a group with Combs himself called Dirty Money. And she saw some of the abuse that occurred between Combs and Cassi. And last but not least, you have an agent from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. These are the people who conducted the raids on Diddy's houses, and they testified to the drugs and all the other debauchery they found in the house. All right, so now you know the witnesses. Let's get into the charges. First, let's start with the easiest one to prove, which is transportation to engage in prostitution. That's 18 U.S.C. section 2421. And they are counts 3 and 5. Now, this is known as the Mann Act. Now, the Mann Act has 2 elements the government has to prove. One, you transported someone between states, and you intended for that person who you transported across state lines to engage in prostitution. So let's start with the first element, interstate transportation, which is, I think, easy to prove. First, they had Cassi.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries.
How she was being flown to multiple states by Diddy to LA, NYC, Vegas, Miami, all for these freak-offs. And then you also had Daniel Phillip. Remember the sex worker? He described being brought to various cities by Combs and Cassi request. And he was paid for sex on those trips.
Huh.
So there we
And I'm
go.
only pausing right here with that up there. So everything that we've been talking about the last 3 days, you know how we've been discussing it. Oh, we think the way he breaking it down, Diddy guilty as hell. Cause yet again, it's to prove these points, and he was 100% doing these things.
Oh,
Flying,
Flying
flying
male
people in and
prostitutes.
out.
It's the but see, it's the cross state lines to where I want y'all to see that real good. Y'all see
Homeland.
homeland homeland security.
Yeah, yeah, got him.
But yet again, somebody would argue it's systematic, but you have to be doing something for the systematic to happen. I just can't pick you up just because you
But
sneezed and you
that's
crossed the
how
street.
the whole thing. That's how her case opened up everything. Once she started telling what was happening to her and what she was doing, yeah,
And the feds
yeah,
built the case, and they was like, "What type of case are we going to build? Well, we're going to build our case around this, and this."
yeah,
But
got
yet
him.
again, here's a lawyer, and I knew one of my lawyer friends, and I call them my friends because this is who I be using in a time of debates. Like I knew one of my lawyer friends was
Was gonna
finna just
break it
like,
down. He was just waiting for the whole week one. He said, "I'm not gonna be back and forth with this little. I'm gonna break it down after the whole week."
cause what I tell you, I was like, why is my friends not covering this?
He looked. He said, "I got it. I got it." He's a lawyer for real.
Yeah, only on YouTube, you see how people can get on her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 7 Days. Go check them out. You know what
Always
I'm
got
saying?
to shout him out.
Yeah, cause that's the homie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's as you see, I don't take nothing against you. You know what I'm saying? I love that energy, but yet again, is at times that I hate to be like, bruh, you only be looking at it through the lens of your skin, not the charge of the person. And he does look at like every black person should never ever get locked up for nothing damn near they do. I'm like, boy, you need to go find you another state to live in sometimes with some of the stuff that you say.
Yeah, if you
oh,
wrong, wrong. See how we just did with Reese? She was dead ass wrong.
But
Like
all
you
right,
was
man.
wrong for that.
Okay. And you see what we finna do here, but yet again, you see how he been for the last 2 days. You seeing one side, now you seeing the facts. But we're gonna have another one day, and you're gonna hear him talk about the D. You want to talk about the Diddy? I'm like, yeah, sure. And we're gonna go, and we're not gonna go this route. We're gonna go another route. We're gonna go woo woo, and he gonna break it down to us. And you gonna let's finish the. You gonna hear the facts. Now you know the facts. You can be like, well, okay.
So it seems like the government has put up some proof that yes, people were transported across state lines by Combs knowingly. Now they had to prove the intent for prostitution. Well, how did they do that? Well, again, they brought Cassie Ventura off, and she testified that she was involved in these freak offs, the sex parties. They were planned by Combs. There were multiple sex workers there, and she recounted specific events in New York and LA where these sex acts occurred. Also, they had Daniel Phillips testify about the sessions and the sex acts that he had in various cities, in various hotel suites paid for by Combs, which confirms the interstate travel for prostitution piece. Remember, he said he was paid to have sex with Cassie for these freak offs. So when it comes to transportation to engage in prostitution under the law, it seems like the government has checked both those boxes. They have 2 witnesses and more that are going to testify about the freak offs being flown out to multiple states to have commercial sex. Next, we're going to look at the sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion charges. How has the government in this first week put on evidence to show this? The elements for sex trafficking is the defendant knowingly caused a person to engage in a commercial sex act. The means of coercion was either force, threats of force, fraud, coercion, or anything that would get someone or force someone to engage in a commercial sex act. And then it had to be done across state lines. So let's start with the first element, knowingly engaging in sex trafficking. Have the government put on any evidence to show that Diddy knowingly caused a person to engage in commercial sex acts? Well, just before we get into that, let me define what a commercial sex act is. A commercial sex act is any sexual act in exchange for something of value, money, drugs, housing, career opportunities. So how did the government?
Well, damn, y'all. Well, damn, y'all.
Guilty as
Sound
charged.
like I remember her she saying that what? It's the only time I can be in the room with you. I felt like he would ruin my career. I heard a lady go on the Piers Morgan. Do anybody know who Piers Morgan is?
Uh-uh.
Okay, Piers Morgan is a old British journalist that used to work over here in America and stuff like that. And then he went over there back to his home country, did journalism too, and got ridiculed over a word that he used that over incident happened over in his country over race or whatever. So now he has a podcast that he does on YouTube, which one day, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna bring up so we can watch and stuff like that, so y'all can see. And has good debates with people back and forth on people topic. He had people talk about this Diddy stuff too. Matter of fact, tomorrow, if I can find any of his footage of them breaking this down, I'll bring it up tomorrow. But oh yeah, good debates. And he always was saying that Diddy was just like a natural type person and how he is adventurous. Now you got this man proving that. I think. Do y'all think that it's easy to prove that about everybody? You think everybody doing like? I think everybody doing this.
Yeah, just ain't getting caught. Just ain't getting caught. I'm sure there's a lot of other people. Come on, they do it all the time. Chris Brown, all of them. Flying girls from here to there, just Drake. They talk about how they flew them in for just that. Ain't that what we talking about? Cross state lines.
Mm-mm.
Government show this first week that Diddy knowingly caused someone to engage in commercial sex acts? Well, they put up Cassi Ventura, and she testified that Combs was the one who orchestrated the freak-offs, watched, recorded, gave instructions, paid the escorts. Even though Cassi didn't receive any payments, she said her career opportunities or her job was in jeopardy because she was expected to participate. She was flown to multiple different cities and complied out of fear. Also, we have Daniel Phillip, the male escort. He testified that he was paid about $4,000 in some instances to have sex with Cassi on multiple occasions in multiple different states. He claimed that Combs in the room directed them, sometimes recording. These sessions took place in hotels. He did everything from the payments, the setup, the location. He also confirmed the transactional nature of all this. And he said, quote, Diddy gave instructions. He directed us like a seed. He wanted to see something specific. So does this prove that Diddy knowingly caused people to engage in commercial sex acts? Well, the government thinks so. Now we're going to move to the next element, means of coercion. Now here the government has to prove that there was some force, threat of force, fraud, or coercion to essentially get the person to engage in commercial sex acts. And here prosecutors focused in on that force, threat of force, and coercion aspect of it. For instance, Daniel Phillips, he said that he witnessed Combs physically abuse Cassi. He noted Cassi was emotionally detached, visibly uncomfortable during the sex. Quote, he said she looked like she didn't want to be there. He also described the intense control that he had about the directions and watching and recording every time.
I couldn't do it, bro. You're not gonna tell me everything, what to do, how to do, when to do, where to do, why to do, why you ain't there.
But guess what? When you got that money and you paying, you in control. And look
How
at what they're saying. He
how
said he ain't
much?
saying nothing
How much
because,
am I gonna like? How much is
listen,
you
he
finna?
said he wasn't saying nothing because he was afraid. Everybody know Diddy get
Four,
you wiped out
but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying 4 grand. I'm gonna keep like
every
okay.
time though.
I took
He see
okay.
his family
I
love
took
him.
4 grand 6 times. Check
Look,
this out.
and
I
he's
took
getting flew in and out of places.
so
He
I'm getting
taking trips. He
abused.
felt, look, he was feeling good. Taking flights.
I want to say something, but
Say
it's
it.
gonna be too deep, and I don't think y'all gonna believe it.
Go ahead,
Say
let's
it.
come on now.
This the Burn Live show. This my show. This my show.
It's my show.
Think about Biggie, right? Think
Uh-huh.
about how quick Biggie came and went in his career,
Yeah. And think
right?
about the fact that Biggie made more money since he's been dead. So
So
Diddy been making more money off of Biggie than Biggie been alive.
That's called life
so if
insurance.
you think about that, if Diddy was doing this while he was with Cassidy, think about what he was doing when Biggie was there, and on what type of scale he was doing it with, right? Because he promised Biggie about 3 albums, right, that he never got.
But see, that's in the beginning, boy. That was just he was fresh off of getting
Now
groomed. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was just,
we don't
running the
know
streets.
what we don't know what Biggie would have came out to say,
I
but
remember seeing a interview where Biggie was saying something about Jesus, and then Diddy literally put his hand over Biggie's mouth. Like, don't say that. Can't say that. Hey, and he like, see, can't say too much.
Hey,
I
but
guess.
y'all notice song Victory is supposed to be Biggie was talking in that song, right?
they would
Go back, go back,
you
go
know
back and listen to Victory.
I'm about
Go
that
back
life,
and listen. Go
right?
back and listen to Victory.
So Biggie been on some suspect stuff too. Okay.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course,
That one dude put him out there because I didn't
I
think
know where you
about
about to
that.
go with it. I know
Yeah.
you're about to go with it.
Talking about sucking another dude ding.
Did
Oh,
she?
you talking about
I
you look
don't
so good.
care.
I'll suck your daddy
Yes.
off
Yes. What is wrong with you? Why would you?
because of Diddy.
Cause it did he. Cause it
There
did
you
he.
go.
Did he want to hear that in a song? Did
Yeah,
he want to hear that in a verse or a song? That song, yeah, man. You gotta say
Let
it.
me tell you something. And you know how many people just, and this is the sick part about it, right? How many regular dudes singing a song, right? And just because it's Biggie and it's bumping, y'all not even knowing what the y'all saying.
and
Y'all
and
be up talking about sucking a daddy D.
and you would and I heard some songs that of Biggie where he would fascinate about raping a man because he said it's gangster,
Listen,
and that was in the bars, bro. But because Diddy has so much control, so much power, he told him, if you don't say X, Y, and Z, then I'ma end your career at this moment, and you better do what I say when I say so.
so he
That's
had to
how.
make it sound good. Had to make it sound good. That's horrible.
Yep.
And I guess when Biggie was like, I'm no longer with this bull, I'm out. Ended him.
Yep.
At the end of the day, Puffy been a sleazeball. You know, from the beginning of his career, he been a sleazeball. A lot of grimy stuff he been doing. You know, that's why I say I feel bad for Cassie because I know she was just young trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Just young trying to come up, just like Bieber. Young was trying to come up, just like Usher. Young trying to come up.
Oh wow.
You out here taking advantage of these people to the point that Bieber don't even want to talk about it. He done made songs and everything talking about the Diddy parties and stuff, but he don't want to come out and talk about this.
He just drugging himself up now. He don't want to do nothing about it. He just drugging himself up.
Yep. And it's sad. It's sad, you know. It's really sad. But did he like at the end of the day, he's getting what he deserves. He's gonna get what he deserves. Whatever this outcome is, like they said, they ain't trying to let him go. Because like I said, a lot of things that they probably could not prove. A lot of things they probably couldn't prove, but that's usually how it goes. Oh, we ain't get you on all that other stuff you was doing. We was letting you get away for years, but now we got you. Now we got you. We got enough. We got you, and you
Well,
going down.
cause escorts do have a way. You know what I'm saying? They've been taught in their way from not telling about their client. So you know what I'm saying? Doing it a certain way, doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Cause we done seen movies about, you know what I'm saying, mobs and FBI's or spies going across and going through back doors, and everybody got a back door ring. You go through Hong Kong, Bangkok, and all that stuff. It's the you, you know what I'm saying? It's always the back door. You know what I'm saying? And with money comes the back door, the VIP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give you the VIP for no reason. But I think there comes a certain limit even with wealth to where, you know what I'm saying, you can't go through every door. Remember what I told you yesterday. Even though you get into politics, you trying to do the right thing and you are with Christ and always, you gotta understand that you're gonna be shaking hands with the devil
One way or another.
one way or another.
And that's why a lot of these people and these celebrities that really get in it and they follow God and they're following God, and it's like they want out. They want out. They start talking about certain things, and then a lot of times they be coming for them. Next thing you know, they either dead or crazy. Look at poor Orlando. We don't know if he's crazy or what, or if he's just acting. I don't know. I don't know.
You talking about Orlando Brown?
Yeah, Jaguar said he's playing crazy. That
Mm.
he's really crazy. I don't know if he is or he ain't at
I
this
mean,
point.
I think
He might
That's
be playing
interesting.
crazy just to keep
he
his
still
life.
got because he's still with his family. I
Yeah,
feel you. I feel you.
he might be
Hey,
playing crazy just to keep his life.
Mm.
yeah. Last
And for
words,
money and
y'all.
entertainment.
Last words. Last words. Last words. Any last words? Any last words?
Oh, we at the end. How you like?
Yeah.
We at the end.
Yeah. Hey.
Last words. Diddy's getting what he deserves. R.P. Kim Porter. R.P. Biggie. Tupac.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. He's getting what he deserves. He lived his luxurious lifestyle and, all these years, or for other people's expense. A lot of people right now are shaking because of him. Ruined a lot of
Love of
people's
money
lives.
is the root of all evil.
Yep. Ruined his own kids' lives. Come on. They gotta live with this. That's forever gonna ring in their heads. Freak off, freak off. Like my
Yeah.
dad did freak off. My dad was a monster. Like
You better not wear a freak out shirt. You'll get beat up.
listen, you know that's in the mix. Because
On me.
all summer freak off. Listen, all summer freak off.
Hey, Peach, I want to tell you something, bro.
Yes, sir.
Remember this one Bible verse right here. The love of money is the root of all evil. The the one word that you gotta really look at is the love of money, right? Not because money is all root of evil. No, money is a tool, but the love of it is what drives evil.
Yeah, because
Because
money
anybody,
live.
because money can move you, it can stop you, and it can do so much things for you. But the moment that you idolize it over what your life should look like, now you're in a position where you're compromising your own manhood, your own integrity, because you want to be rich or you want to be in a higher status,
Yep.
all because of the love of that money. That's why the Bible verse is so important, bro.
Love of money.
Gotta get that money, man. That money, man.
But that,
Listen, by any means necessary, they're getting it. Going across state lines, doing freak offs.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy and it's
racketeering, Nickelodeon. I mean, all for that little
sad.
fortune and fame. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm glad that like we got these platforms like this to where I'd rather work hard and do this and grow an audience of people knowing that we're gonna talk some real, we're gonna break things down, you're gonna see a little video, we're gonna discuss and
Yeah,
have a
you
good
don't gotta
time.
do something strange for a piece of change.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, I get my ducats through there. You know what I'm saying? I still keep a job. I don't want the fortune and fame. I don't want to have to sign no contract.
Me
You know what I'm
neither.
saying? I just take the paycheck from the little hard work that, you know what I'm saying, I really put in. Understand that I got a long way to go. I've been in this game for a long time and I'd rather get it out the mud
For
than
real.
somebody, you
Like
know
I
what I'm saying?
tell, I be like, I'd rather have kingdom fame than
Mm-hmm.
this worldly fame.
Yeah,
Because
for
it's
sure.
gonna last way longer. And I'm gonna feel so much better about it. I didn't have to sell my soul, you know?
I ain't trying to do none of that.
Mm-mm.
Well, y'all, this the Burn Live show. I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate everybody stopping through. I appreciate everybody
Always a good time.
Definitely.
always, always.
I'll come
I
back
got
through again for sure.
all right.
Yes, first
See,
time guest, and look, back again. I told you like it.
Yeah, for sure.
I told you.
y'all. Everybody, stay safe, stay blessed. We out.
I God
Peace.
bless.